Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 8, Episode 9.
What did I tell Mel last episode? It's evident that she watches It Takes Two show. I said, listen, them folks keep talking about you. Don't let them hear you. Let them feel you. Apparently, she's suing them. You get what I'm saying? So we go see how that's going to affect their relationship at the reunion. You ready to walk us through this episode, Blair?
Yeah, she's suing Miss Wanda. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So Stormy has decided to turn herself into prison. Her team is getting her together, doing her hair and makeup, in the case that she will have to take a mugshot. She starts crying, and one of her team members is telling her that she needs to pray, just kind of center herself. But she has just been wanting to hurry up and get this over with, and that is where her mindset has been.
So this is the third member of Love and Marriage Huntsville that have been arrested. We are talking Martell, which that's been swept under the rug. Kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Destiny.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about Stormy.
Yep.
Okay. We got a trend going on over here.
So she is just upset about the whole possibility of a mugshot situation, as well as looking like she could be wrong in the public eye. She has built herself to be a success in her business and in her family, and it just sucks for her to be at the height of basically her life right now and having to deal with something that's so negative.
That's true.
Her mother-in-law is there, comes in, hugs her, offers some words of support. She's happy her mother-in-law is there. She didn't think that she would have anybody there for her. She called her mom the previous night, and her mom told her this is what you get for being on reality TV.
Okay.
So the mother-in-law tells her that she needs to stay prayed up and God will protect you.
What are your thoughts so far?
I was disappointed that her mom didn't come there.
Disappointed, really?
Yeah, I was.
Her mother seemed like the type to not disappoint?
No, I'm not saying I'm surprised by it, but I was disappointed by it. Clearly, Stormy wasn't necessarily in the wrong in this situation. Somebody came up to her place of business to harass her, and she was doing whatever she felt she needed to do to protect her and get this lady to stop showing up. I think I had heard this wasn't the first time this lady showed up there either, but it was the first time she had actually walked into the business.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would be disappointed as well. If you're telling your mom, this is the situation and I really want you to be here to support me and just kind of see me off. I mean, it is disappointing. I mean, it's kind of heartbreaking that your parent can't be there for you in one of your really time of needs,
Yeah, that woman did not disappoint me. I expected nothing more, and literally it could have got much less. The fact that her mother even answered the phone. True. You get what I'm saying? We seen evidence of how the mother and the aunt get along as sisters and things like that, of how they be beefing. So we know how it really gets toxic in that family. Even get down to they basically trying to pass on who's gonna take care of the mother. Is it gonna be you? Is it gonna be you? Is it gonna be you? I have a husband. Well, I have a husband. It's it doesn't seem like a family. You get them? So to expect in a time of need for family who don't have practice of acting like a family to be a family, I wasn't expecting anything more or less. You get what I'm saying? Stormy, obviously things are good with you now, but in this moment, I don't want to say she was over exaggerating with the whole getting the glam squad, because she said, look, if I'm going to have a mugshot, I'm going to look good. You get what I'm saying? I'm just saying, get it over with. Go in early in the morning so you could try to be out before noon and things like that. Apparently, I think it was only a 30-minute thing for them. So yeah.
So Destiny, Latricia, and Trisha are at a candle making class.
Yeah.
Destiny has plans on starting a home fragrance line. So this is just kind of an activity for them to test out and try out different scents.
Yeah.
Destiny explains how the conversation went with her and Sunni at the gala, Stormy's gala event. She learned that Moses was sleeping with half of St. Louis. This is what she told Sunni. Sunni said that he's not doing it now. He must have been doing it with you because he's with him every day.
Yeah.
She's with him every day. So they asked, well, how was Moses at the event? And Destiny said he was staring at me the whole time. Destiny thinks that Sunni thinks she's a threat, and that's why she's over there putting her hand in her face and showing her ring and all this type of stuff.
I'm the wife.
Trisha asked her, do you think that you could get Moses back if you wanted to? And Destiny said absolutely. She can get him now without a doubt, probably not even trying that hard. Yeah. So my thoughts about this, it's a few things.
Start with the first one.
Okay. So, firstly, number one, I think it's great that Destiny's starting all these businesses. But I also think that Destiny needs to put some love into her current business, which is the hair shop that she has, beauty supply store. And I think it is a huge deal that she was a black woman who started a beauty supply store when it is overrun by a lot of people of different ethnicities. And I think that was a huge thing for her to do. And it kind of sucks that she's not putting her energy into that, and she's putting it into all these different things that she can sell. But, you know, her life, her business. But I think that the beauty supply idea and her execution probably could have been a lot better. So
well, you already know, Blair. You already know the template of becoming a reality TV star or a reality TV celebrity. You got to start a candle business. You got to sell candles. You get what I'm saying? So like, it's shout out to Dr. Wendy. So it's like so maybe this will reignite. You see what I did there? Because the candle business called Madani Reignite. Her desire to basically continue on the beauty supply store. Yeah. You know?
My other thing is Destiny is in her right for being upset with Sunni in this situation with Moses.
Okay.
But I'm also starting to feel like she might be a little jealous still.
Ooh, Destiny.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the only reason I say that is because her putting it in Sunny's face that he sleeps with all these different women in St. Louis and he's not a good man and he's not a faithful man. Well, Destiny, he's not your man no more. So does it really matter?
Okay.
That's Sunny's problem now. But I feel like she's kind of putting that in Sunny's face a little bit to be like, you haven't won a prize. He ain't that great. But and on the other hand, Destiny says that she could get him back without an issue. And I think at times she might want him back a little bit.
I don't know. I don't know. For one, I think the only reason why she put it in Destiny's, the only reason why I think Destiny put it in Sunny's face that basically he's sleeping with half of St. Louis is because Sunny keep telling Destiny she was the side chick.
Oh, okay. So you're right.
So it's like I'm not even trying to say that. It's like you keep saying I was the side chick. Well, basically you keep telling yourself, Sunny, that you was the side chick to the side chicks.
Yeah, but my thing with Sunny too is like, why do you have to be with him every day? Like, it sounds like you got to be with him to make sure he's not going to be cheating.
Maybe.
So that's another situation. But I mean, I hear what Destiny's saying, and this is her storyline, so I get that she has to talk about it. But I think for me personally, I'm kind of starting to get a little bit tired of the storyline because nothing's really going to change. She married the man. Honestly, I want to hear more about the ex-husband in that situation and why that fell apart, but we're not going to get that. But honestly, Sunny married the man. Moses is no prize in my eyes. So this conversation of constantly going back and forth to talk about Sunny and the situation and all that type of stuff, I feel like we got our fix out of it. So let's see what else we can talk about.
Well, hopefully you ain't tired of it. We only on episode 9. We got at least 32 more episodes to go.
I'm just like, how much more can we milk this?
Listen,
I don't know.
Here, I'm gonna go deeper. Okay. I'm gonna take it somewhere where I don't think a lot of people are thinking. Where was Kimmy? Where was Kimmy when it came to? Because I saw her when she met with Sunny. You get what I'm saying? After the fact, and a little bit when they was in the office where they met with Destiny before, basically, and all that stuff, right? Before Destiny met with Moses. I'm very interested in what is the relationship with each member of the cast, right? Because this storyline of Sunny and Destiny and things of that nature, like that, we already solved that, right? To me, I've been told y'all from the beginning that even though Sunny did take your man, y'all was never married. Right, y'all was never a family. At most, y'all was best friends or friends of that nature. And really, she just took your man. Period. She did not take your husband. She did not take your fiance. She just took your man. Right, and it seems like you're more hurt over this than your marriage and just the way your life was turning out. I'm looking at the scene like Tisha's here, Kimmy's not. You get what I'm saying? And I'm just like, and I understand that Kimmy has some type of, I don't want to say loyalty, but she did express that, you know what, during my chemotherapy treatments and things like that, like Sunni was a great producer to me and things like that, and she was there for me. So I'm really interested in basically why Kimmy wasn't there and why can't we not get all the girls that do show up. We already know Mel's not gonna be there.
Yeah.
Why can we not get all the women that's on the show, especially ones that are the OGs of the show, to film a scene?
Yeah.
Dude, you get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. So Stormy said that turning herself in wasn't the worst thing. It took about 15 minutes. They did have her handcuffed.
Yeah.
She was anxious. She ended up having a panic attack, but the staff there, the guards were really professional. They allowed her to keep her phone and tried to, it seemed like, make it as comfortable as it could be for her. So she was, of course, it wasn't a great situation, but she was happy about how it went and it wasn't as bad as she thought.
Yeah, yeah.
So apparently her mom still hasn't called to check in on her today.
Wow.
And Stormy says that hurt her feelings. Courtney asked if she's going to end up talking to her mom about it, but Stormy knows her mom and she's just like, my mom's not going to care. It's a repeat of every important moment in her life when her mom was not there.
Wow. That is really sad, really, when you have that reality as an adult, that even when it comes down to your daughter going to jail or just when your child calls for you, you don't come.
Yeah.
And guess what? I can accept that because I'm not the type to really cry over anybody's decisions. You made your decisions, and now I'm gonna make my decision, and we just gonna have a decision off.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? That's basically what's gonna happen on my end.
Yeah. No, I'm happy that the jail situation wasn't so terrible for Stormy, especially since it doesn't seem like she's in the wrong necessarily. But yeah, she needs to talk to her mom and they need to get to the bottom of it. But yeah. I also understand that there are parents like that who are just not the warm and fuzzy people.
No.
Especially like you want to have that relationship with your mom and you want to be able to talk and you want to be able to be close in that way. But some moms just don't have it. They just don't have it. So Trisha is talking about how she talked to her kids about Ken and then possibly getting married. First, she thinks that, saying that she talked to the kids about it first before she talked to any of her other family. They think it's pretty cool. They like Ken and they're pretty down for it. Now she is going to start talking to the rest of her family about divorcing her ex and getting married, so that way that they're aware of her situation.
Okay.
So her sister Ebony arrives.
Hello, Ebony.
She tells her sister that she spoke to the kids about the relationship. And she apparently, I'm surprised that Ebony didn't know any of this. But she's been living with Ken for almost a year. The sister thought that she was just having fun with Ken and eventually she'd get back to her husband.
Ooh, that's telling.
And Trish says it was fun at first, but he ended up growing on her.
That's telling.
That is telling. And she and her ex have been separated for 4 years. Sister was shocked by this information. Clearly she knew that she was with Kim, but I don't think she knew the time frame and how long things had actually been.
Yeah.
And Ebony asked her, so why didn't you tell us? Trish was scared because things with Ken were too good to be true, and she just didn't want to let that information out. So the sister asked her, okay, but are you divorced? Are you in the divorce process? But you're still married, right? And she's like, she's only married by documents, but they don't talk. So that means you're still married.
Yeah.
So the sister is like, so you don't see y'all getting back together at all after 14 years, 2 children? Trish says, no. They're not meant to be together. They're incompatible. They built a family hoping it would last. And honestly, they got married because they had children. The sister wishes that she would have came to talk to her about it, so that way the family could be there for her. But she tells her, your happiness is what matters.
Hey, Ken, run. Hey, bruh, pack your stuff. Whatever, I don't care who house it is. Leave her the house. Get out of this situation as quick as possible. Because Trisha playing us. Yeah. She's playing us like a fiddle, boy. And I refuse to be played like a fiddle. She over here talking about for one, if this is your sister, your full sister, your blood sister, right? Someone you love, someone you kind of look alike. You get what I'm saying? How does she not know your situation? How the only part that she know about the situation is, oh yeah, you mentioned y'all was having fun, but I didn't think it was gonna be serious. Maybe Trisha didn't think it was gonna be serious either. Yeah. Maybe Trisha's whole plan was to just have fun and then eventually go back to her husband. Why haven't you drawn up papers? Like forget sign the papers. There haven't even been a conversation of divorce, which leads me to think she's going to go back to her husband. Yeah, I'm feeling like Trisha isn't serious about Ken in the way that she is trying to tell him, because it seems like everybody around her doesn't take it seriously. I mean, even to the point, I think I heard that
or she said that there were times where she went and brought him around family, and they really didn't even know who he was.
What do you mean?
So I'm just like, so Trish, what is really going on?
It's like, how can one person be waiting to propose, right? And the other person, when I bring you around my family, they don't even know who you are. How are y'all that far apart in y'all relationship? The sister's like, oh, I didn't even know you was with him for like a year and a half and things like that.
Yeah, and that y'all was living together and all that.
That she hadn't even talked to the husband. I was about to say ex-husband, but Trisha hadn't even talked to the husband in 4 years, right? That she said on camera. You get what I'm saying? But now since I read this and heard this and things of that nature, I don't believe nothing that comes out of Trisha's mouth.
Me neither.
Not a thing. Is your name Trisha? Because that is wild. Yeah. I'm not gonna hold you. That is wild. Listen, I have siblings. I have 2 older siblings. I have one that I'm close with, and I have one that I'm kind of semi-close with. There's no way. Even though I talk to one every day and one I talk to periodically, both of them know I'm married. You get what I'm saying? Both of them know where I live. Both of them know. It's like it makes no sense that if this is your real sister, that she's finding all this stuff out while we're finding this out.
Yeah.
That's wild to me.
And I honestly feel like Ken should be nervous looking at this. Hopefully he gets to see this back.
Scared.
Because honestly, when he sits down and talks to Trish about their situation, she's silent a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's filling in the gaps in his head of what he thinks her intentions are, but she needs to say it and actually make it be known. So for her saying, yeah, I'm going to eventually get the paperwork together, that's not good enough for me.
No.
And it shouldn't be good enough for Ken.
No.
And by the fact that her family, and I understand that you don't necessarily want to tell your family everything because you might be going through things that you kind of don't know what's up from down inside. So you want to get things situated before you bring other people into it.
I kind of get that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I completely understand that. But like you said, for him to be on the road to marriage and for her to now just be telling her family about her situation, y'all are on completely 2 different pages. And honestly, Ken, like, it makes me think if she's not being honest with her family and her sister, some of the people that she's known for her whole life, how do you figure she's being honest to you about where she stands?
Exactly.
So yeah,
listen,
it's a mess.
This conversation made me think more and more she's going back to that man. She's going back to that man, and maybe she's telling us she haven't talked to him in 4 years because there's literally no reason why that they are not divorced, especially since she's in another serious relationship to where one of them is like, I want to get married, but you have to be divorced. Yeah. Like that's weird to me.
So Courtney, Ken, Chris, and Martell go bowling.
Okay.
So apparently, they're asking around, like just asking, how's the wife? How things going? Courtney tells them that Stormy's good. He didn't tell them about the situation about her turning herself into prison because he's like, it's not their business. Like they'll learn when everybody else find out. Okay. And I'm with Courtney. I'm like, yeah, they don't need to know. Especially it's so fresh. Like it's really none of their concern. Okay. Ken talks to Martell and broaches the issue that he's been wanting to talk to him about, and says that Trisha's mad at you because you acted like you didn't know who she was at Stormy's house. Like, what's up with that? Martell trying to say he didn't recognize her.
I get tired of his lies, boy.
And then Chris, like he's over there kind of stirring the pot a little bit, asking, well, how was you supposed to know her? Like, where did you meet her at? These are the questions that we need answered, Chris. Thank you. Martell said, well, she's cool with my brother, but she didn't say, but like I didn't meet her through my brother. Like I met her out. Courtney says like, okay, you need to stop talking to so many women, because Martell's talking about, I talk to a lot of women. Courtney's like, you need to relax. Courtney tells him, look, Martell ain't telling the whole story. And I mean, it's so obvious. I really don't know why Martell lies or why he thinks his lies are believable, because people see right through him all the time.
I don't even know if it's lies. It's just like, why are you being difficult? Just answer the question.
Yeah. So apparently Martell hadn't seen her in years. When they did communicate, it wasn't very often. And he was like, and if they didn't really do anything, like he's not going to remember her. Ken says, Huntsville is small. People are bound to deal with some of the same people. And he really doesn't care what happened before him. Chris asks them, if they're engaged. Ken says she's still married. And Martell says, okay, yeah, so you're a side dude. Martell just wants to let it be known all the time that he's not the only one that messed up a marriage.
Okay.
But whatever. So Ken is going to trust that she's going to handle the divorce situation. If they don't, if she doesn't handle that pretty soon, and if they don't get married, he's going to be single gigolo male for the rest of his life. Like he puts his all into situations and relationships, and he doesn't want to be in a vulnerable situation again. And my thing is, Ken, you kind of did this to yourself.
Whole time.
And I understand there are some people of the belief that think that, okay, I can date somebody who is separated and that's fine. But if there's not like a solid decree that you are not with this person, there's always room for them to get back together.
Exactly.
So I'm just like, Ken, you kind of put yourself in a sticky situation. So.
You are complacent. First of all, let's start with do you want to finish the scene?
Yeah, I'll finish it.
Okay, go ahead.
So Martell then goes to say that he wants to be married, and Chris is like, well, what about one of your baby mamas? or the baby mama, which is the side chick, whatever. And Martell is annoyed and is like, stop asking me stuff. So Martell is wondering like what woman is going to accept the fact that he has 5 kids. And Courtney's like, you ain't got to worry about that if you go ahead and marry one of the women you had kids with. Well, hey.
Again, another dig at Mel, which I don't understand why we keep playing with their divorce. It's the wildest thing to me. He obviously can't marry the one he just divorced, Courtney.
Yeah.
Like, stop playing with us, please. Right? The show is gaslighting me in ways I don't like.
But I kind of feel like that statement by Courtney was a dig at Martell of being like, if you was doing what you were supposed to be doing, you could be married. You don't have to be worrying about getting a new woman.
Nah, because Martell whole thing is like, it's going to be hard to marry someone because I got over like 4 or 5 kids. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he basically like, I want to be married, but like who's gonna want me? Well, everything I want. Basically, one of your baby mothers. Well, one of them wasn't a baby mother. One of them was your wife that you cheated on with for years, and end up getting one of your side chicks pregnant and made her a baby mother. Right? Let's start from the top of this scene. First of all, Ken, the fact that you did not check Martell off top, I don't even know what to feel about you. Because for one, you asked him a direct question and he's playing around with your question. He's over there saying like Chris is asking like, where did like you meet her at and things like that, and he just like out.
Yeah.
Like what do that supposed to mean as a man? Basically saying like, I wouldn't remember her if we ain't do anything. I wouldn't remember her. Martell play these games to where I don't even know if he's lying, but it's this like, I don't have to answer to you type of game, right?
Yeah.
And truth be told, he don't have to answer, right? But my thing is, Ken, if you really did not like the fact that Martell misrepresented your woman, you wouldn't be like, yeah, Huntsville is small, and like I wouldn't have known,
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you tapped me for something.
No.
Oh, okay. Right. So like the whole fact that at the end of it, Ken was like, "Oh yeah, I do understand that if I ain't do anything with you, I wouldn't." I'm like, well, that wasn't the point of the conversation. I thought the whole point of the conversation was that he misrepresented your woman, and you feel some type of way about that. Going on to Martell talking about he wants to be married one day. I don't even know why the guys entertain this conversation.
True.
Like that's why I'm like, the whole thing is just it's a play in his recent marriage. It's a play even to his side chick right now, or his baby mother, whatever, because he said don't call her no side chick, right? To his baby mother, because he ain't gonna marry her either. You get what I'm saying? So it's like Martell is just here just to play in our face and things of that nature, and we really can't take nothing he say seriously because he's not taking any of these things seriously.
Yeah,
he's over here not giving no information, and he's over here talking about he wants to be married again. He loves marriage and things like that, and I'm just like, bro, you had a marriage. Like literally you had a marriage, so I don't really understand his whole point.
Right. So moving on.
Okay.
Stormy is going to talk to her mom, and at first she broaches the conversation about the surrogacy thing, I think just to kind of ease their way into the real conversation.
Yeah.
And the mom would prefer Stormy have a baby by surrogate because of how dangerous and hard her previous birth was.
Yeah.
So she tells her mom that she hurt her feelings, that she wasn't there for her when she was going to jail. And the mom tells her, look, you call me late at night, I'm not going to hop up in the middle of the night to come to you. And Stormy says, well, my mother-in-law was there. And then the mom starts talking about, well, she doesn't have a mother living at home with her, and she lives in Alabama and all this type of stuff.
Okay.
So Stormy's concern is basically, why do we always end up here where we're separated and not getting along. The mom says it's just the way that you take things. Stormy needs the softness of a mother, but her mom has never been able to give that to her.
Okay.
The mom tells her that you don't listen and that you need the tough love. Stormy says, why was the moment that you offered me tough love was at this low moment that I was having? The mom says, well, this isn't the first time you've been in jail.
Wait a minute.
And Stormy's like, look, I didn't do anything. Mom tells her that there are certain people you shouldn't have in your circle. If you listened to me, you wouldn't have been in the public eye and been around people or been involved with somebody who gets their people to activate. And eventually she ends up saying Mel. Stormy says, well, Mel's perspective is that she cannot control these people.
That's what Stormy said.
And the mom tells her that you stand for these demonic things, talking about Mel. If you don't agree with something, you need to voice your disagreement. Stormy says that the issue isn't the reality TV part, is that her mom is having her I told you so moment about Mel. So Stormy receives what her mom is saying, but she still wanted that motherly support.
Okay.
The mom tells her sometimes we don't get what we want. Stormy tells her, you doing this took me back to times where you haven't showed up for me.
Facts.
So apparently she was late to Stormy's wedding, and Stormy is saying that, we can agree we're going to get stronger together. She asked her to come when I call and make me feel like a priority, especially when I need you.
Yeah.
The mom tells her, look, I'll always have your back, but sometimes you got to let your butt drag the ground to teach you something. And she eventually ends up saying, I'm sorry, which she said, this is not me. You're making me do something that's not me. But she said sorry to Stormy. And that's really all Stormy wanted, so they can move forward.
What are your thoughts if you want to take it piece by piece?
You go first. I'll go after you.
Well, let's start off with the first part. Did Mel do the crime? Did Mel go and cuss this person out? Cuss Stormy out?
No.
So why is Mel being mentioned? See, the thing about this season that I don't want y'all to miss is that Martell got arrested for revenge corn. Like, I want y'all to understand that. This is not something... I know he's bowling. I know he's talking about getting married. And I know he is talking about who he met and he don't know where he met. Maybe Chris is cousins with the person. All this type of crap that makes no sense, right? But apparently this season is about holding Mel accountable for actions that she did not do personally. Yeah. Which makes no sense. So we don't hold the person who did something personally himself, but we hold Mel accountable because this is now, we on episode 9, at least 8 episodes that the millimeter's been mentioned. Y'all need to check. Right? And my whole point is I don't understand this whole I told you so moment with Stormy. Even Stormy, I'm going to get on you just for 1.5 seconds. I don't understand you playing dumb. Even when the mother said activate, I don't know why you felt like you did not know who she was talking about. I felt like that was a moment or that was a intention that you just wanted her to say the name so it could be out there and things like that. Y'all talk about Mel too much. For someone who don't film a lot. Even though she produced the show, even though she helped bring the show to Carlos and helped create the show, y'all are obsessed with Mel and she's not even around. Yeah. And it kind of comes off as if, this is my prediction, and then I should let you go for a little bit. This is my prediction. I think at the reunion, they are going to try to call Mel to the carpet and they going to try to overthrow her. I really do think so, because we've seen this in almost every black reality TV show. Usually the creator or the producer of the show, somehow they get kicked off the show. And in some way they are trying to say, hey, the reason why things are the way they are, the reason why I got arrested, the reason why it's hard to film, the reason why I feel the way I feel is because of you, Mel. You don't control your fans. And that's why this season of Love and Marriage Huntsville is in the dumps, because of you, Mel. And I think that's what they're trying to do. Okay. I should let you go for a little bit, and then I'm jumping right back in.
Okay. So I want to talk a little bit about Stormy and her mom's relationship. Okay. And I do think that it's unfortunate that Stormy can't rely on her mom in her time of need. Okay. And I think that is going to... I think Stormy is doing a good job of not allowing that to break their relationship. I think she knows her mom and knows how her mom is and is trying to give her grace in the ways that she operates and handles things so that way they can stay close. But I feel like the mom is actively doing things to break them apart. So I don't... And I don't think the mom is going to change. Even when Stormy was walking into the house with her mom, and the mom was like, you had me apologize, and that's not me. That's not what I do. And Stormy's like, you don't have to be old and set in your ways all the time. Like, I think Stormy is going to do her part to make sure her and her mom stay on good terms.
I hope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. The mom, not so much.
Yeah.
But I do think it's crazy to tell your kid that this is your fault. In a way, you deserve this. And if you weren't friends with this person, then you wouldn't be in a situation.
That's so left field.
Yeah, it's just like you're putting, number one, like Chris said, you're putting the responsibility on Mel, somebody who wasn't even there.
Who didn't even do it.
Who didn't even do anything. Putting the responsibility on her. And number two, I can see the flip side of the coin and say that Mel could do better with trying to de-escalate things with her fans. She could say, y'all, relax. Y'all, I don't condone this. She could say that. Is that going to change people's actions? Maybe, maybe not. But it would be nice for her to just put it out there that this isn't cool with me. Now, the mom harping on Mel and Stormy being friends, and I told you so not to be friends with this person. I don't know how that is going to help Stormy in the situation. I do think Stormy's mom is just one of those ladies who you really can't talk to and you can't get things through to her.
You're right.
She thinks what she thinks, she believes what she believes, she feels what she feels, and anything you say is not going to change it. So I guess I just hope that Stormy can continue to manage this with her mom. But I feel like eventually it'll become kind of hard to still manage, especially if Stormy's trying to grow her family. And Stormy is also trying to stay in this positive atmosphere and focus on her business and growing her business. But that mom is a piece of work. She really is.
And don't get it twisted. I don't hate Stormy, but I'm not going to lie and act like I like Stormy and things like that. I think if Stormy's not too careful, she's looking in the mirror.
Exactly.
You do. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because we can say, Stormy, you kind of tough and you kind of rough around the edges too, calling men out their names and things of that nature. So I'm not going to sit here and just be like, oh, poor Stormy, because like I have said things on this show in the past, like ripping Stormy apart. I gave her a pink slip. You get what I'm saying? But in this moment, bringing up that I've been arrested at 18 when I'm like in my 30s, what did that prove? And then now you talking about someone's demonic. What do you mean? I haven't seen this woman smile.
Yeah.
And I'm not calling nobody else demonic, but this is not the moment for I told you so. That's why I wonder if Stormy is supporting her mom in any way. Oh, best believe that hand going back in my pocket. 100%. Like, look, because my money's demonic too.
Yeah.
Like everything about me is demonic. I'm just not demonic and part of demonic clan group or whatever you want to call it. My money's demonic too, so I'm gonna take that back and I'm gonna put it back in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like I just don't want us to miss the fact that again, another episode Mel was not in, but yet Mel was the center of the episode, right? It's not even proven based on what I read that this person was a millimeter and things of that nature. But I think there is something, and I really want to know what y'all think about this because Carlos not giving us no storyline, so we go make up our own questionnaire type of thing, right? I really want to know what y'all think about this season and about the direction of where this season going so far, 9 episodes in, about how the millimeters are being caught on the carpet, basically calling Mel to the center of the carpet and things of that nature. I do think there is something too, and the mother said it. She said it in the conversation, and I caught it. She said, this is a person who like they chose to basically raise up and things like that, basically to popularize her more than anybody else. I think a lot of people feel on the cast and even people outside the cast that Mel is the star, but she don't really deserve it though. Like Mel, like Mel is the A-list celebrity of the cast, but she's not Stormy though, and things like that. And the people choose to get behind her instead of getting behind my daughter, instead of getting behind Tisha. Besides getting behind Kimmy, listen here. As much as y'all, I kind of know the demographic who watch the show. Y'all, there's this saying that say favor ain't fair. So like y'all know what that means. Listen here, Mel don't have as much as what Stormy has, but that doesn't mean anything. Mel is who she is, and people just have to accept that. And I think the people on this cast need to accept that. And I think there is some type of resentment to why Mel get the fans. Why do Mel get the basically the stamp of being a celebrity and things like that, while I'm over here trying to find a 30,000 square foot warehouse for my business that is booming, that like I made a lot on TikTok. Tisha's over here basically feeling however she want to feel because she ain't got no fans at all. You get what I'm saying? So I do think there is resentment, and it's coming out through the storylines of this season.
Yeah.
That's what I really feel, because there's no reason why we should be talking about the millimeters. The millimeters is a faceless group of people. We can't even point people to it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's really pointless.
And honestly, y'all, I watch a lot of reality TV, and this is probably the only show where someone is involved or people are involved with the law and getting arrested, and that is not the center of the story.
No.
This is the only show where we're talking about everything but the arrests and the allegations and the processes and what people feel about it. And we're completely over that in episode 9. I felt like we were over it in episode 1. People touched on it and moved on. But I'm just like, this is really wild to see that this cast does not care about these arrests. And I'm talking about Martell and Destiny. So interesting.
It's just that's just you're 100. That is the storyline of this season. Mel comes and she said, "Look, you said this statement about to like this news anchor."
I felt Mel gave them an easy alley-oop for the season, but they didn't want to take it.
It's not even that.
They want to talk about her.
That's not even my point.
Yeah,
my point is every step of the way, they bring up the millimeters. Mel talk about the news anchor. You said something to the news anchor to where you really could have said no comment. Marsau said, but the millimeters, right? Tisha and them, the first scene that Tisha was in, they talk about Destiny and Tisha talk about the millimeters. Is this and this and this and this, because they was talking about not going to the podcast thing.
Right.
The millimeters been mentioned every episode of this season, and I'm tired of it.
Yeah, y'all are the additional cast member.
I'm tired of it, because I'm like, so what do y'all want to happen?
Yeah.
Do y'all want Mel to be accountable? Do y'all want Mel voted off the show? Because that's what they trying to do. They trying to say we want the millimeters to go away from the show, and in order for the millimeters to go away from the show, Mel has to go away from the show. That's what they trying to do. Right. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Listen here, man. I did my best. I took the lemons. I tried to make lemonade. Some of it is sour. Some of it is sweet. You get what I'm saying? We will be back today with Love Island. If you are a fan of that, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. Y'all be good.
Bye.